How deep his hatred had gotten. Wait, vanishing, not dying, be constituting right beside him. She says that clearly defeating Lin Fu wasn't luck after all. She says she's leaving now and he fires some shots. But clearly they're doing nothing to her. She says she was just curious to see what would happen, never thought he'd actually beat Lin Fu. Igon warns him that Dagger is a real bug. People keep calling him a bug all the time, but truth is he just has a broken system. What she's using is something artificially created. He says he doesn't care, but it looks like he understands now. He won't be able to kill her just yet. Cynthia says that destroying the lens of Guild is a job she's going to take care of. She has no idea what trick he pulled to take down Lin Fu, but she wants to see what he'll do when that guy comes back. Rookie simply answers, "I don't stop my revenge. I don't care about the consequences." She tries to warn him that he'll regret it, but he just says, "You'll never see Lin Fu again in this game. I deleted his account and honestly it was beautiful watching him cry, and he guarantees that when he finds her again the outcome will be the same. Still, I'm curious, did you really delete the guy's account? Can you actually delete someone permanently like that for deletes per week? That's busted." Outside the scene, Rookie notes that damn bug woman really managed to shut down what he could do, and the most terrifying part was that strange dagger she was using when she threw it. Apparently he should have dodged instead of grabbing it, but at the time he didn't feel any danger from it. He's going to do more info and allies to figure out exactly what that thing is. Then he asks a gig on if that thing is ready. Igon says yes, the dates line up there. Finally going to meet the person who creates the mods, and it looks like this time it's that creepy little bear who, by the way, was watching this whole mess go down and was thinking of loading off. But yeah, Rook is probably hacking, man. He's watching through some virtual screen and tells the teddy bear straight up, "I'm not letting you log out." The bear apologizes, saying he was just watching the fight out of curiosity, but our boy just replies, "We're meeting tomorrow 8 p.m. at Suzuki Shop." So that's what was going on. He was watching everything through the screen, and Igon, now it all makes sense. The bear agrees, says he'll meet him there, but he wants to ask about a strange signal drop that happened earlier. Rookie realizes that even this guy didn't really understand what Cynthia did. Since he doesn't feel like revealing anything, he just replies, "You've asked too many questions for someone in your position." Next scene, we're already arriving at Suzuki Shop. Our boy walks in complaining, "This is ridiculous. Hey, here on time," and the guy doesn't show. So, Juki asks what he's talking about. Had he noticed the mod creators already here? Rookie grabs him by the collar, telling him to stop joking around, but suddenly someone says, "I'm here." When Rookie turns his head, the teddy bear comes down the stairs and says he's the one who creates the mods. Man, I thought he'd be bigger, but our boy just picks him up in one hand. He's tiny. The poor bear's squeaking that he's being crushed while Rookie yells in him to cut the nonsense. Out of nowhere, Suzuki throws himself onto the table and our boy's like, "What the hell is going on now?" Then the bear says it's probably easier to show than explain in that moment. He was moving his consciousness. The person talking to Yuki is the mod creator named 5555, and at the same time the person across the counter speaking to him, it's also him, and also Suzuki looks like the little robot now has Suzuki's voice. Right, the author of this story didn't really think through the whole voice switch thing for identifying characters in the manhwa. Rookie doesn't believe it, but Igon confirms it really is the same person. Seems like it's a consciousness that manages multiple bodies, each with a different personality. Then Rookie realizes the Met Job must be using some sort of mod to alter his own personality. The teddy bear puts his hands on his hips and says finally, he figured it out. Then he congratulates him for killing Linful, says the ending was incredible. He wants to know how he made the guy disappear. What are the limits of the ability? How many times can he use it? Is there a cost? How does it work? Looks like the voice changed again. So our boy knows this is now 5555, the mod creator's core personality, not Suzuki's. Rookie says he's not answering anything until he tells him who he really is. 55 says he'll get to that, but first warns you need to be careful, don't let anyone find out you have the deleted ability. Rookie just shrugs and says too late. Igon and already recorded, edited and uploaded the whole thing. From now on this fight with Linful would go all the way. 55 is freaking out. You're insane. You broadcasted that the Holden's guild was going to start hunting him in every corner of the world. Rookie replies, that's exactly where I want. The bear gives up. Man, he's already realized that this kid wants to be hunted. Then he asks if Rookie even knows who's really chasing him. Our boy's a bit confused, but then the bear logs out and Suzuki gets up. He snaps his fingers and says okay. Let's take a look at this. First holographic aerial view pops up -100 meters around the mall behind a wall. We see those gangsters from way back at the start. Rookie's actually a little sad that those losers still haven't given up, but the most important detail is the other guys right in front of them. It's the Iron Blood Group, a criminal syndicate that rules the underworld. Fortunately, They had no connections to Lindsay. The boss of that group retired after an accident. Rumors say that Lindsay caused that accident. Rookie gets what Suzuki is implying. These guys wouldn't have ties to Lenza since Lenza screwed over their people, but now he really wants to know. Okay, but who are you? Suzuki, a shopkeeper, replies, all right, since you figured it out, it's time. He went somewhere a little more appropriate. Next scene, they're walking through the sewers and Suzuki says that he and all his clones share the same goal and are looking for allies to help with it. Meanwhile, Igon is running an analysis and tells our guy that at the moment he's not in any danger. Then he enters a room full of puppets and Suzuki explains that this is where he keeps his best creations. Our boy approaches one of them and Ibone says it's impressive they human was able to create something like that. Rookie, however, isn't that interested in those bodies and asks if he should call them 5555 Suzuki or what. Suzuki tells him to call him Suzuki when he's human, in 5555 when he's a bear. That's when he's in hacker mode. My god, son, give me a real name already. Suzuki even says he's going to explain exactly who he is and Igon pulls up some data. The name was no name in the age between 20 and 30 and the gender was female. Hon, okay. You can come out of the shadows now, girl. And the damn girl says that's all anyone knows about her. Obviously Rookie's confused since that's basically nothing. He asks if she really doesn't know anything about herself. Could it be that these personality shifts mess with her head? She answers yes, kind of like that, and asks if he's ever heard of Accident 707. It was a plane crash with no survivors, but the truth is there was one person who made it out, burned to a crisp but still alive. That person was torn apart in a lab until there was nothing left, and then a crazy guy shoved her inside an android body. Damn boys, the dream of meeting a baddest way if you is dead. She got barbecued and it gets worse. He asks if she's the sole survivor and she says actually they are. As a result of the experiment, she has countless memories implanted in her. She doesn't know if they're souls, mind stories or whatever, but she can control each one artificially. Rookie is already realizing there's no way to make sense of this crazy girl, so he just asks what kind of deal she wants. Suddenly she tosses him a notebook saying she wants in on the revenge. 2 online. All anyone's talking about is the beatdown Linful took along with his guild guys. He didn't even look like the same person anymore. The only thing people found weird was that the whole deletion thing seemed fake, especially because in this game deletion isn't allowed, so you know it should have been impossible. But then the question is, it gets fake. Why hasn't Linful shown up and proven to everyone into lie whether he is Linful 5 surrounded by bottles and drunk? He throws one at the wall and looks at the system window. It says account verification failed, no data found. The dude laughs saying not to mess with him, it's impossible this could happen. He was Linful, the strongest in Lindsay. The good thing about our guy not having a way through a mom or anyone, at least there's no one for them to take revenge on, right? Only thing left is to beat him up a little. Earlier Linful was banging on the table Colin for his brother and asking for one more chance, but Gabriel says the idiot ignored him, went to fight alone and even lost his own account. Obviously now he screwed. Linful was freaking out saying he got caught off guard, he just needed a new account and everything would change from now on. You do whatever. Gabriel said all he needed was someone else's account or a creation pass. Gabriel however just says that for someone who's been playing for so long, Linful is pretty damn ignorant. He's ashamed to share the same blood. The rule is simple, one account, one person, that's it. If he lost it there's no way to get it back, and now this time is up. Damn man got kicked out by his own brother. Linful tells him to stop being ridiculous, that useless loser actually became a player, so why couldn't he? He breaks free from the guys and tells him to move. He's going to fix this. Yeah right, you're gonna fix it. Already got tossed out like garbage. The brother says there's a lot of mess to clean up now, so Linful better never shows face there again. The dumb blondie can't believe that the guys who used to be scared even look him in the eye are now treating him like this. That's when someone comes up from behind and asks if he's Linful Darius, but the blonde guy just tells him to get lost, he's not in the mood and it's better for bums and not to get close. Still the guy hands him a cart and says he's there to help him. Apparently Linful is in need of the kind of power they can offer. He asked if he's interested in hearing the proposal. If I'm not mistaken that's the same guy from that room with the AJ and V cards, right? Back with our player, he found out that Linful is holding back the progress of all the other players in the Ghost world. Looks like it's some kind of trade-off between them and the developers, since that way the devs have less work and give them a few perks in return. The lion responds that they're truly pathetic. No wonder the final product this game here is just a buggy mess. Then Suzuki says this is a secret pack between the Lens of Guild and Rathian Soft, the developer, but it was ridiculous that they made a pack like this just to delay everyone's development. Ryuki says he gets it, but the whole game is basically backed by Age Drazel and Rathian Soft works for them, so how are they supposed to go against a company that practically has the whole game development in its hands? Suzuki responds that they need to be eradicated from this world because in the past they used to leave the development but now they're just rotting and holding this place back. Ryuki says her hatred seems way too intense for something that simple. That's when she brings up the plane crash, the 707 accident, and explains that what exploded that day was an item taken from aged Drazel. Obviously he immediately concludes that she must think Rathian the developer was behind it, and she answers that she's sure of it. Ryuki knows that just killing the Lens of Guild would already be hard enough, but taking down Rathian would basically mean destroying the ghost world, so he asks her if that's what she wants. She says they don't need a dumb game like this even if it supplies half the society's resources. Everything Rathian has been releasing lately is nothing but garbage, and because of the lack of progress in the games, the resources are slowly drying up. Things are stable for now, but in 5 years, there's no guarantee they'll stay that way. They can't let a bunch of incompetent people monopolize the development of a god's game. Ryuki knows the main objective of this game was to conquer the Demon Tower. The problem is, Lens of controls everything here. He was planning to take over that place too. On the other hand, Suzuki's plan is basically to destroy the entire platform. That's when Igon tells the master that they should go ahead and do it because for a game of the gods, the so-called ghost world is just a poorly made piece of trash just to dry